And here we are. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our first Women's EHF Champions League hangout of the season. We are just about 8 hours away from the first match to start at the new Women's Champions League. And what better way to speak about it right now? Very happy to welcome our very special guest today, Eduarda Amorim, who joins us from Györ. Hi, Eduarda, how are you? How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thank you for the opportunity. It's very nice to be with you.
I'm just hoping that the little echo will leave us in the next couple of minutes. And while I'm hoping, I'm welcoming our experts for today's hangout. Peter Broom.
Good morning.
Nemanja Savic.
Hi, everyone.
And Adrian Costello.
Hey, good morning.
With Adrian from Romania, Eduarda from Hungary, Nemanja from Serbia, and Peter from Denmark. We probably have all the major teams in this competition covered. And obviously, I want to extend the invitation to all our fans out there. Tweet us at EHFCL on Twitter, and we'll ask your questions to our experts, to Eduarda, straight away. Eduarda, first question to you. You play Midtjylland tomorrow. What's it like in the team? Is there excitement? It's a new season. Is there pressure? What's the feeling at the moment?
We're looking forward to the match tomorrow. I think we have been training really well so far. It's really different than last season, in the beginning of the season, where we were many new players and we had to get together. So this year is a little bit easier for us. I think the team already have some better level of quality. So we are looking forward to have a good start. And at home, I think it will be a really good atmosphere.
Adrian, do you think that you have all reason to look forward to this season, or do you see anything that could trouble the team?
No, I think that Györ is a very, very good team right now. Their transfer of Nora Mork has helped them improve a lot, even they lost a few players. And I think they are working to get back to the top and win again the Final Four in Budapest. It was a big surprise, even in Romania, for CSMM to win the title in Budapest against Györ. So I think Györ will look forward to improve.
Adrian mentioned the transfer of Nora Merck. Is she a player that completed the Györ puzzle?
I believe so. I think she really helped a lot. I think she can make the difference. We can see the difference on training already. How our game is going smoothly with her. She's really a great player. It's easy to play with her, and of course we are in a good form. Maybe not the best yet, but it's going very well.
Nemanja, without giving away too much, because this afternoon we will actually publish a transfer for the Women's Championship. But has Nora Merck been one of the biggest transfers for you this season?
Well, yeah, if not the biggest transfer we've had this season. Obviously, it's the biggest name to transfer at home to another big club. And it's really something that other clubs should look up to and really react upon if they want to match up with Györ's quality. Obviously, Mork fits like a hand in glove to what Györ needed, and that's exactly what they were trying to accomplish. Because right back position was kind of a crisis position for them. But I think right now they have the best team without a doubt.
How is that seen in Vardar, the team that has kind of subscribed to third place in the Champions League over the past years, but obviously always enter every new season as with the wish to win it one time.
Well, talking about the transfers and how the other club reacted upon your announcing or signing, obviously Vardar had a good piece of business of their own. They have Alexander Lacadère and Camilla Haram on left wing, and obviously I think they fill the holes ideally in their conception. But all the while the players are still there, and it's basically in an all-star lineup in the starting 7 in the bench. I think Vardar have other problems, which are inconsistency in coaching consistency, because too many approaches over the years have taken its toll, and I don't think they're at this point they're currently aware where they stand right now. But I think that as the season unveils, the sheer quality will prevail, and I think that in the second part of the season, when it counts the most, Vardar will show what they can do. I think that if they can make it to the final four, I think this year it has to be the final, basically, because too many quality players, too many things that have happened over the years, and too many experience. And I think that if they fail, it's going to be too difficult to take.
Peter, looking at this first match, Györ against Midtjylland tomorrow. Midtjylland probably hope to get drawn into an easier group than a group with Bucharesti, Rostov, and Györ. How do they approach it?
I'm sure that any team in that group would have preferred to have been drawn to another group, as it's obviously the killer group of the group matches of the Champions League this season. Regarding Midtjylland, they have made it a lot worse for themselves, you could say, than they had to. As we probably all know, they sacked their very successful and very popular head coach, Helle Thomsen, shortly before the season, and that has definitely not improved their chances. Still, they have been doing rather well on domestic soil in the Danish League, the Danish Cup, and the Danish Super Cup. But we also all knew that there's a big leap these days from being successful in Denmark and then being successful in Europe. As our former coach, Helle Thomsen, said to me immediately after the result of the draw was known, we are huge favorites to fly out of this group after the group matches, and that's probably still a bit the attitude in Midtjylland. Of course, they can find some from last season where they won by 5 goals into it, but I don't think that even the most optimistic FC Midtjylland player believes in the chance of repeating that sensation this season.
Dude, a question for you. How much pressure is there at Györ to play a successful season? Your board said the goal is the Final Four. Is that also the team's goal, or do you take it one game at a time?
Yeah, of course, it's one step by the time. We are in a difficult group, but this is also very positive for us because we are going to have a really high level and quality matches. And of course, in the future, it's our goal to get the trophy again. We have been fighting a lot for that. So I hope this year we can finally manage to get it. But now, of course, we have to make it simple. Just think game by game. Tomorrow, it's already a challenge. As Peter said, last season, we couldn't beat at home Midtjylland. So we are just excited for this match and to try to beat them at home.
Why would you say that it's an advantage to play with straight away against teams like Bucharest, against teams like Rostov?
Because I think when we have matches that are really good qualities, we can pay attention more on the details. And I think sometimes when you win a match by 10 or by 12, you don't learn much from it, and I think it's positive in this way. We have been playing together, so even if we are not in a best form, we are already playing very good. So I think we can go through this first phase and, of course, take all the experience from it.
Adrian, how does the defending champions approach this group?
Well, it's been a lot of changes in the Romanian lineup this summer. First of all, CSM doesn't have the same coach that led them to winning the women's EHF Champions League. Kim Rasmussen left for Hungary for the Hungarian national women's team, and now Jakub Vestergaard was appointed. There were a lot of changes in the lineup too, with the Brazilians Maisa Pessoa and Fernanda Franca da Silva. Also, Ana Paula Rodriguez leaving. Ana Paula will be coming back to Bucharest this weekend to play against CSM, her former team with Rostov. But and also Maria Fisker left, but CSM moved very well on the transfer market. They brought Camille Aiglon and Nocian Yombla. Also, Maida Mehmedovic is a good transfer, and Paula Ungureanu, who will close the gate, or so they hope. But their first matches were not very good. Some bad plays, some very bad defense, and everything went bad in the game against Brela. Lost 30-27. That was a huge defeat for CSM in the Romanian league.
And there he
need to do that.
Peter, do you have headphones? I'm just trying to quickly sort out this technical problem, because I think because the screen's always switching between you and Adrian, I think there's some kind of noise that's coming.
Is it okay right now?
And let's quickly see that headphones for quickly.
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Yeah. Peter, do you have headphones?
No.
No. All right, okay. We'll see how that continues here. Is he still with us?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Adrian.
Adrian is not okay.
Well, let's. There you go. There's better. Nemanja, let's continue talking a bit about Bucharesti. Adrian mentioned the changes in the team, the Brazilian players leaving, but also the coach becoming national coach in Russia. How much of an impact has that made in your point of view?
Tom, can you please repeat the question, because I couldn't hear you going below the echo.
The changes at Bucharesti, players, coach, how much of an impact has that made?
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, you were asking about the changes in the team and the new coach.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that they've done sensible business in the transfer market, but I think that the reason they've I think that the fact that they lost Kim Rasmussen is a big blow for them, because he was, well, as many people even I believe it too, the deciding factor for their Champions League win. The thing is, with a team of that kind of quality, any kind of coach, any kind of competent coach could really take him to the Final Four. But the question remains, what kind of team the new coach wants to build, and whether there is sufficient time for the new coach to build the team. Obviously, the core of the team is still around, and while they have Balagoden on the central back, I couldn't imagine something to harm them. But in my honest opinion, I think that CSM are not the favorites for the trophy anymore. They will be the thereabouts for the Final Four, but I just can't see them in the final or lifting the trophy. Sorry, Adrian, but just how it is for me right now.
Peter, would you agree with Nemanja, or do you see Bucharest in the stage to defend the title?
Well, at least we should bear in mind that they have got a coach who knows how to win the Champions League. He has done that twice already with Viborg, and Jakob Vestergaard will probably be able to carry on this Scandinavian line of coaching which Kim Rasmussen started. So I'm not so bleak about the chances of Chessem as some others might be. Of course, they will be one of the teams who will really have to struggle to get into the Final Four. But we said that about them last year also, and actually last year probably no one was really considering Chessem a Final Four team, and not even particularly not a possible winner. I think that it will be interesting to see the new signings, how they are going to fit into the team, and also how Jakob Vestergaard will succeed with the team. We also have to remember that he also has quite some experience with Romanian handball from earlier times. So it will be really interesting. I would definitely not write off Chessem as a possible Final Four participant yet.
But also there is a big problem for Chessem right now. Sorry, Thomas. Line Jorgensen was injured in the national team, and now they only have Camille Aiglon on the right side. So that's gonna be a big problem for Chessem.
But that will probably only be in the group matches. Line Jorgensen is expected back after New Year for the main round. But I agree they should be happy at least that they have signed their goal. To fill into that spot, but of course it's a weakening for them that Line Jorgensen is out. I agree completely with that.
Peter, I just wanted to have a short question for Peter. Since you're a Scandinavian expert, obviously, as Jakob Vestergaard was, I believe, the technical director or something for the Chessem, do you think that it might have been the wrong call for the team? He's continuing the project in the team, or is it going to be the entirely new approach?
I think he's going to continue the line that he's known for, and to continue that Danish/Scandinavian style of coaching, which Kim Rasmussen also introduced, and which has been a success in Romanian handball before, and why should it not be again?
Well, thanks, Peter.
Duda, which team do you see as your main rivals? Or which teams do you see as your main rivals on the way to the class?
Say again. Do you mean for this group or?
No, for the entire competition.
This year.
Your main rival.
Well, I think for this season it's still a little bit difficult to say some names, because of course when you have many newcomers in the team, no matter how big names they are, I think it also you have to see how they are going to adapt to their teams. So of course Budućnost is always have the tradition, and they are one of the main favorites. Also us, and also you have Rostov, Bucharest. Of course we have to see how they are going to adapt to all the new job, and Vardar is always also in a good level, even if they don't fit their game very well. I think this year maybe they can be better. So these are the names I could say.
Peter, these are obviously like the favorites that a lot of people have on their list probably. Do you see any outsider that could make an impact?
If I should point out an outsider, except from the teams which have already been mentioned, I would say Ferencváros or FTC, as we as we know in these days. They have an interesting team, and I think they are even a bit stronger than in previous years. So if I should point out a dark horse for the Final Four, it should be them. But then again, I don't really think they have what it takes to make it all the way to Budapest. I think that we are limited to 5 or 6 candidates who can actually make it to the Final Four. You could also mention Narvik, who have got Alina Wojcic's back from injury, but then again they've lost Nora Mørk, and a lot of pressure will be on Amanda Kurtovic to fill out for her in the right back position. So I don't really expect them to make it either. But if I should point out any dark horses who might stir up things a bit, it would be FTC and Narvik.
Nemanja, give us the latest from Budućnost and a bit of an insight into the team at the moment. Mehmetovic left. There was a bit of turmoil between around Adžić and the Montenegrin national team. Does he stay? Does he leave? No, he stays. What's the current situation?
Well, the latest on Budućnost is there is no latest. You know, the entire Montenegro national team scandal, or whatever you want to call it, has been greeted with consistency and stability in Podgorica. Because well, as much as they're basically the same players, you know, it's not something that affects Adžić's work in Budućnost. Obviously, this season Bojana Popović is going to be his assistant, and it's kind of one for the future, because he's basically grooming her to inherit his work. I am speaking of the future. Last time I spoke with Adžić, he said that he's embarking on a new project, which he thought of a couple of years ago, where the domestic-based players and the homegrown players are going to start to take the responsibility of Bulatović and the other veterans that are basically aging and you know, cannot be replaced at this point, but in 2 or 3 years, who knows? And not this one, but the season after this one, the 17-18 season is going to be transitional, because some of the players are going to leave the club, some of the players are probably going to retire, and the newbies like Jelković, for example, or Malović are going to take their place, and this season is going to be the introduction for that. With that, I still wouldn't write the off, and I wouldn't really say that they're not going to make. I think they're going to be a big surprise, despite the fact that they're not as strong as the last 2 seasons. But you can never write off Budućnost, especially top.
To the Final Four will stay in Budapest has been announced just like 3 or 4 weeks ago. How important is that from your point, because you play in Hungary, in particular for Hungarian handball and the excitement around the sport?
I believe for the fans, it's very nice to have such an event so close to them. For the players, it doesn't change too much. I think, of course, you can have maybe a better atmosphere inside the hall, but we have big fanatics, and I think they would follow us any place of the world. So I think, especially for the public, is special. For us, I think it doesn't make much difference.
Adrian, let's talk a bit more about Bucharesti and the new coach in particular. I know Nemanja asked Peter about what he thinks about Vestergaard taking over. What do you think? What is your first impression of what he changed or where he continued?
Well, after he left Tolkien in 2013, he was appointed technical director of GSM. GSM was not a very good team then, and they were clearly trying to get better, and he did help. Mete Klip, his former assistant at Viborg and at Tolkien, came and was the head coach. And now Rasmussen came after Klip, and Jakob came back after Kim left. So I think his approach is different to Kim's. I think he's trying more on defense. He tries to make the difference better than Kim did. but he isn't doing it right now. It's a lot to process for some players. But I think Vestergaard has one big advantage, both in Viborg when he won the Champions League and in Olkim. He made the team better in the second part of the season. And I think that's very important in such a competition like Champions League, because we saw Chesem coming out of nowhere last season. They were very, very bad. And in the first part and in the group phase and in the main round, but they were very, very good in the quarterfinal and in the final four. I don't think they can repeat the feature because it was such a big surprise. And even the players didn't think about it. I spoke to several players before and after the Final Four in Budapest, and they were saying that it was a huge surprise for them also. But I think that was the main advantage for Chesem. They came out of nowhere. They were the surprise package. But now all the teams take a good look at them.
Talking about coaches, Duda, your coach recently took on a second challenge and now also coaches Romania's national team. Is that something that's discussed within the team? What's your opinion on it, or is it just like, well, he's away for 3 weeks during the year, and then he comes back with new ideas?
I think for Györ this doesn't change much. Ambros had the dream to work with a national team, maybe to participate to Olympics, and I think he has to follow his dreams. For us, really doesn't change because he's really focused, so he knows to do his job very well. I don't feel that he has his head there or somewhere. I feel that he's really here with us and making his best for us to improve. So maybe in the beginning, he as a coach is going to have a little bit problems with the Hungarian public because they are not very agreeing with his decision. But I don't believe that this for the team is going to make such a damage, because I think the fans are still going to support us overall.
I mean, this topic obviously comes and goes. But Peter, what's your general opinion on these double roles, national team and club at the same time?
Well, it seems to work for some and not for others. Generally, I tend to see it as a bit of a problem that you are away for part of the season, even though you of course don't have cup matches while the national teams are together. But there's an old saying: you can't serve two masters, and you often have to remember that. You might say that, okay, the coach is only away with the national team when we are not playing any cup matches anyway, but still it's also important to keep up the continuity with the team during those periods. And I would say that in order to make this work, you need at least to have a very good and very good and very reliable assistant coach who you really rely on and trust in order to make that work. And of course, it's particularly interesting to see Ambros Martin going to Romania when we remember the feelings between Hungary and Romania. I witnessed that when Hungary was playing Romania and Debrecen at the EHF Euro 2014. There was really some emotions there between the groups of fans. So seeing him taking over the Romanian national team, I can very well imagine what Duda said about the Hungarian fans' reaction to that. So that's another interesting aspect in this particular case.
Adrian, just quickly, I believe you think they could have found a worse coach than Ambros Martin.
Could you please repeat the question?
I think you're not too unhappy with the federation's decision to sign Ambros Martin as national team coach.
Okay. First of all, yeah, there are bad feelings between the Hungarian and Romanian fans. but we didn't see them in many matches like Györ versus our team or Györ versus GSMS. I think in handball there are not so big confrontations like in football or other sport. Just short on Ambros, yes, he's a very good coach. Our federation made a very good decision, both in the men's national team with Xavi Pascual and in the women's national team. And I think he's a good replacement for Thomas Ride, who it looked like he didn't have the heart to put all in the team.
Györ, coming back to the competition, the first 3 teams of each group go to the main round. How important is it for you at this early stage to either just get through or to collect as many points as possible already?
Please repeat the question with the echo. I couldn't hear anything.
How important is it for you to get as many points as possible in the group phase, or to just get to the main round as the first 3 teams will qualify?
No, our aim is to make a good phase and of course take the maximum points as we can. Really, we don't think so further. It's normal people to talk about May and Final Four, but for us as players and team and also Ambros, we really focus in the matches. I think it's automatic. Of course, if we get more victories, we are going to carry the points we need. So I think we just have to think game by game and not about the future so much.
What's it like for you from a personal point of view? Are you excited for the championship to start, or is there still nervousness?
I'm sorry, you have to repeat the question again. I'm sorry.
What is it like for you, the feeling that the Champions League starts now? Is there excitement? Is it nervousness because it's the big stage? What's it like for you?
And I think we are just really happy that it's finally starting. We have the Hungarian league matches, which we can train a lot and have good matches, but I think Champions League is much more exciting. It's really a big event. Everybody come and make full the hall, so I think the city is waiting, the players are waiting, and I think tomorrow they will make a really big party of it.
And are you waiting as well? You always say wait.
Yes, of course. Last year it was a little bit challenging, the season for me. I have come back from an injury, so I couldn't focus just on the games. I had to focus in recovering my best. So it was not the way I wanted, of course, but it was good overall. So now this season I think I'm more calm, because the body is going easier now. I think I'm more prepared mentally and physically than in the beginning of last season. So I'm just really happy and looking forward for this season.
For yourself and for Györ as a team, the past season, is that forgotten? Also the final?
It has to be. Of course, in the beginning of this season, Ambros was discussing some points with us because we always want our best. We want also to improve our level. So we talked, but it was in a good way, just in a positive way, what we can make it better and arrive in the final and really make the difference. So. Of course, sometimes it still hurts. Every player wants to get a title. We were so close to that, but it has to be forgotten. This is a new season, and we have a new chance, and we have to enjoy it.
Which team, Györ? Which team, apart from yourself, do you look most forward seeing play?
Now in the first group, you mean? I think Rostov. I think it would be maybe the best match.
Well, guys, we're getting to a close here, and Duda, we always ask the participants to predict the 4 teams that reach the final 4. You don't have to be included. You can just like listen and see which they name. Nemanja, do you want to do first?
Yeah, of course. Well, for me, I'd say Rostov, then Györ obviously as the biggest favorites. Vardar, they have to be there, and I'm going to surprise everybody and say Budućnost again. I'm going to give them a chance. Hope they don't disappoint.
Fourth one?
Budućnost.
Budućnost, okay. Yeah. Then Peter?
Rostov done, Györ, Jessamine, and Vardar.
Okay, no Budućnost here. Adrian?
Well, I'm Romanian, so I'll have to say Jessamine first. Then Györ, Rostov, and Vardar.
Okay. No Budućnost again. Yeah, I mean, you might have to travel to Montenegro and explain that, Nemanja.
Yeah, I'll call Dragan afterwards.
Yeah. And Adrian, who wins?
Jessamine, of course. No, seriously, now I think it's Györ's year.
Okay. Nemanja?
Has to be Györ, in my opinion.
Peter?
Rostov done.
Rostov done. Well, interesting. In about 8 months' time, we'll be wiser. And we'll definitely talk about this again pre the main round, when we do probably the next Women's EHF Champions League hangout. To all of you, it's been a pleasure having you here. To everyone following us, apologies for the technical issues we had. And we hope we're going to solve them we'll definitely work hard on solving them for the next hangout. Thanks for staying with us. Duda, very special thank you to you. Thank you. All the best for tomorrow's match. And thank you very much again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks.